Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Casso, the channel where we break down the truth behind the headlines and help you stay ahead of the game. If you're new here, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell so you never miss our latest insider info. Today, we diving deep into the silver market, something you have to hear before you make any moves. This is a big one, folks, so stick around, let's get into it. So silver just plunged to $79? That's what you're seeing everywhere online, right? The charts look terrifying. The headlines are screaming, crash, and your gut is probably telling you to run for the hills. But hold up, don't believe the hype. Before you panic sell or get scared away from what could be a massive opportunity, you need to understand what's really happening. This isn't just a random dip. This is a classic manipulation designed to scare retail investors just like you out of the market. We're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly what's going on. Here's the real deal. The true price of silver ISNT $79, and it's not even close. The real physical price is still holding strong around $120. Now you're probably asking, how is that possible? How can the paper price be so different from the physical price? It's a great question, and the answer is the key to everything. The price you see on your screen, the one that says $79, is the paper market price. It's based on contracts, futures, and derivatives, essentially, promises of silver that don't always reflect the actual metal available. How do we know the physical price is much higher? Because the big dealers, the wholesalers, the people who actually handle the bullion, they're sold out. Or if they do have any stock, they're charging massive premiums. Go ahead, try to buy a large quantity of physical silver right now for $79 an ounce. You can't, it's impossible. That means there's real intense demand underneath the surface, and the paper market is being artificially pushed down to create a false narrative. When the demand for the physical product far outstrips the supply, yet the paper price plummets, that's a gigantic red flag. It's a signal of manipulation, plain and simple. So why does this happen? It's all about control. The big institutional players, the whales of the financial world, want you to panic. They want you to see that scary $79 number and think, oh no, silver is collapsing. I need to sell before it goes to zero. When you sell low out of fear, who do you think is on the other side of that trade, buying it all up? They are. They orchestrate these paper raids to trigger stop losses, create a cascade of selling, and scoop up your assets at a deep discount. It's a wealth transfer from the retail investor to the big money, and it happens over and over again. But if you re-smart, if you stay informed by watching channels like this, you will see through the smoke and mirrors. This isn't our first rodeo. We've seen this pattern before in the precious metals market. They create a paper sell-off, shake out all the weak hands, accumulate a massive position at the bottom, and then let the price run. And each time, the price doesn't just recover. It rebounds hard, often rocketing to new highs. This time will be no different. The fundamentals for silver haven't changed. In fact, they've gotten stronger. Industrial demand is soaring, especially with the green energy transition. Investment demand is growing as more people seek a hedge against inflation and economic uncertainty. The supply is tight. All the ingredients are there for a major price surge. This paper takedown is a gift if you know how to read the signs. It's a clearance sale courtesy of the market manipulators. So don't get caught up in the panic. Don't let them trick you into giving away your silver for pennies on the dollar. If anything, this is a signal that silver is coiling up for its next big move. Think of it like a spring being compressed. The more they push it down, the more explosive the reaction will be when they finally let it go. And they will have to let it go because you can't defy the laws of physical supply and demand forever. Eventually, the paper market has to reconcile with the physical reality, and when it does, you want to be on the right side of that trade. Let's dig a little deeper into the mechanics of this. These manipulations are often executed using a flood of short sell orders in the futures market, typically during periods of low liquidity, like overnight when most of the market is asleep. They dump a massive amount of paper contracts on the market, overwhelming the buy orders and driving the price down instantly. It's a brute force attack. But it's an attack on a digital representation of silver, not the metal itself. While the screen flashes red, people are still out there buying up every physical ounce they can find. The disconnect has never been wider. What does this mean for you as an investor or someone considering an investment? First, stay calm. Emotional decisions are almost always bad decisions in investing. Second, do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. Look at the premiums on physical silver coins and bars from major dealers. Check their inventory levels. You'll see the physical market is telling a very different story than the headlines. Third, understand your time horizon. If you rebuying silver as a long-term store of value and a hedge against a failing monetary system, these short-term paper price fluctuations are just noise. They don't change the fundamental reasons you own the metal. This is the time to be strategic. If you've been waiting for an entry point, this manufactured dip could be the opportunity you've been looking for. But again, this isn't financial advice, it's financial education. You need to assess your own risk tolerance and financial situation. What we're doing here is providing the context that the mainstream media won't. They'll just report the scary headline, "Silver crashes," without explaining the why or the how. They won't tell you about the difference between the paper and physical markets. They won't tell you that the big players are loading up while telling you to sell. We will. Think about it logically. If silver was truly only worth $79, the vaults would be overflowing. Miners would be shutting down operations because it wouldn't be profitable to pull it out of the ground. But that's not what's happening. The vaults are being drained, especially at the COMEX. Miners are struggling to keep up with demand. The real-world signals are all screaming shortage, while the paper market screams glut. You have to ask yourself, which one do you trust? The digital price on a screen that can be manipulated in a microsecond, or the tangible metal that has been a store of value for 5,000 years? The real market tells a very different story than the headlines, and the real market is where the smart money is focused. This isn't just about making a profit. It's about protecting your wealth. It's about understanding the game that's being played so you don't become a pawn in it. The more people who understand this manipulation and choose to hold physical metal instead of paper promises, the less power these manipulators have. By taking delivery of physical silver, you're casting a vote for a fair and transparent market. You're removing a piece from their game board. This is how we win. Not by trying to outtrade the algorithms, but by opting out of their rigged system and focusing on real, tangible assets. So the next time you see a headline designed to make you panic, take a deep breath and remember what you learned here today. Remember the difference between paper and physical. Remember who benefits when you sell in fear. This is a battle for control, and knowledge is your greatest weapon. Prepare for the next big move, because when this spring uncoils, it's going to be a sight to behold. All right, that's it for today's breakdown. If you found this video helpful and it opened your eyes to what's really going on, drop a like, share it with your friends, and comment below, what do you think about the silver price manipulation? Have you noticed the high premiums on physical metal? Are you ready for the next bull run? Your engagement helps push this information out to more people, so let's get this conversation started. And remember, here at Casso, we cut through the noise and bring you the facts. Stay sharp, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.